there, Floss Tube. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are returning. As you can tell by the title, it is my end of year WIP parade for 2021, which I kind of combined with my Floss Tube because I've only touched one project all week this week, and I don't think I need to tell you which one. But I have got a lot to get through, so I'm not going to waste time. I'm just going to crack on with it. This year I have had just the one finish, but you guys know I love my HAED, so a finish is quite hard when you've got full coverage projects on the go. Anyway, so I've got one finish. I have 17 new starts, which when I was like writing them all out whether they were a new start or an old project, it shocked me actually. So I only have 9 WIPs that I carried over from 2020. So yeah, I more than doubled my my WIPs. And going by Pattern Keeper alone, it doesn't count for the ones that I don't count stitches for, that are on paper patterns and stuff. But on Pattern Keeper alone, I have done 130,897 stitches. Yes, I worked it out and I added it up. That makes me sad, I know. But anyway, no, I've done that wrong, haven't I? So I've got all my paperwork here. So what we're going to start with is my finish. If you follow me on Instagram and you looked last night, you will know which one I finished. It's the one I said I wanted to finish by the end of 2021 because it was also Stitch Around Iceland for full coverage fanatics. This is Minnie the Amazing Animal Kingdom, artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by HAED. And this one was for Kelly. She already knows I finished it because I messaged her last night with a picture and she was just very, very, very thankful and grateful, and she can't wait to get it framed. I had to send her the measurements so she can find the perfect frame for it, but there she is in all her glory. And it's just gorgeous. I really, really like it. I dread to think how much better it would look as a regular size or a super size. The details do get a little bit lost on this one, but you can still make out a lot of stuff. You can tell there's polar bears at the bottom there, you know, and there's even a wolf just sitting right there. You know, you can make things out. It's not that bad. And the elephant and her baby and the panda bears. This was stitched on 25 count 1/1 full cross, all CXC threads. And apart from the one thread that I had the issue with snapping, not an issue. Not an issue at all. The colours are bright. I did actually match a couple of them with DMC. They're not actually that far off. And then I've backed it already so that it's all ready to go to her and it's all protected. So yeah, my one and only finish for this year. Just put that out the way. You might need a drink. We could be here a while. I got my coffee. It's half cold because he made it right as I was setting up and I wasn't even finished setting up, so it's half cold now. So I'm going to work from the top now. I'm going to do all my projects that I've brought over from 2020 first, and then I'm going to go into all my new starts. Okay, so my oldest WIP, of course, is my Once Upon a Fairy Tale, super size. That is artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by HAED. And I'm still up in this corner right here. Now, you would have already seen, I've only just thought about it, but I was going to do it anyway. I'm putting in pictures of where they were at the beginning of 2021, so from the WIP parade of 2020. So you'll have some idea of just how much I've done this year, and you'll have noticed with Animal Kingdom I started with barely, you know, and finished it. So you'll see pictures, and I'm not going to tell you they're there, you'll just see them, where they were at the beginning of the year. And then this, I'll show you what I've worked on most recently first, which is this castle. Still plugging away at the greys and the brown in the gypsy caravan. But then I'll do a full, let me fold this over so I can see what you can see. That's better. Ooh. It's not wide enough to fit it all in. I never thought about this, you know, when I chose it. What on earth am I going to do with it? I might like just do it as a tapestry, you know, and hang it as a whole thing instead of framing it or anything, because that's going to be really hard, isn't it? Bring it back, you get more of a... 2 years this has been on the go. 2 years. I started it January 2020. Well, 2 years next month, but who's counting? That's on 25 count easy grid fabric, and it's 1/1 all DMC. Right, I'm just ignore the fact I drop it on the floor because I'm going to pick it up as soon as I'm finished. The next one, I've put them all in order of how I've put my paper with. If you hear my kids, by the way, they're on the Xbox, and when Ellie and Riley get together on her Xbox, they get silly, really, really silly. So just tune out. I do. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to show you, which was a project I carried over last year, is Felicia, again, a Heaven and Earth design by Hannah Disney. No, I didn't put them in order in my basket, so I'm just going to sort of rifle through it. My basket, right, I've only got the projects I've carried over from last year in the basket, and it's half empty. I've got more on the floor by my feet. Anyway, this, I've got a thread attached, is, I haven't had her out for a while, can you tell? This is where I am up to with her currently. Not a massive amount of progress. Do you know what? I've not even been telling you my numbers. Once Upon a Fairy Tale stitch total for this year was 35,272, which was 21,000 for 2021, plus some extra. I did try and go for it again, but other projects, just all my new starts, that's what it was, they all got in the way. Anyway, this is 25 count as well, 1/1 full cross, all DMC. Not a massive amount of progress. She only got 2,139 stitches this year. My needles fell out as well. I'm going to try and keep up with putting these away, otherwise I'm going to get lost after. But if not, I will abandon ship. Okay, the other one I don't have a cover picture for. This should have been finished a long, long time ago. I ran out of threads, excuse me. I ran out of threads this year, and I thought I'd ordered enough to finish it. Clearly I didn't, because I've run out again, which is why it is still in my WIP box. But anyway, this is where we got to. See, I haven't got a lot to do, just that bottom corner. This is Linen and Threads Family and Friends Mystery Sampler from 2020. You know, we're going into 2022 now. This is ridiculous and it should be finished by now. Now, the only thing I don't remember is what it's stitched on. See, I put one of these in with all my projects so I know what they're stitched on and when I started them. 29th of February 2020, it is 20 count even weave. And it uses DMC Garnet, which is a variegated thread, number 115. Fabulous colour. Just beautiful. I want to try a purple one of theirs next, because I like purple. My needles in the middle. There we go. I plan to finish that this year. Next year. It is going to be a finish. I'm going to order them threads. Because even though I need them, I still haven't ordered them. And obviously I don't know how many stitches I've done on that because it's paper. So, the next one, which is a Tilton Crafts chart for a change. It's the Avengers Kit, Endgame for Riley. No, not that one. Should miss that one. Avengers. I did 7,222 stitches this year on this one, and it went from nearly 6% to 12% nearly. This is on 18 count. Yeah, just plain white Ada. This is where we are. You'd think the light would be okay. The sun's like just almost out. It's like right on the edge of a cloud. But that's where we've got to. Quite a lot considering. I know on my last year's WIP parade I didn't have his face. I don't think I had any of that done either, so it's all good. It'll get there eventually. plan to get a lot of progress done on a lot of things next year. But watch this space, I'll see. Because I've also got the other SARs going on at the same time, so let's move on. Now we have Long Dog Samplers Pandemic. And I noticed on my last WIP braid I was holding the blooming thing the wrong way up and I didn't notice straight away. Wally. So, Pandemic. First time. I ended last year on 16.17% and now I'm 19. No, I'm not, 25. Yeah, 25%. And I've done 7,107 stitches on this. And this is where we are up to. She looks fabulous. Done quite a lot considering for the year. This is stitched on. It says it's hard hanger. I can't be wrong because I wrote it from the packet when I ordered it. White hard hanger, 22 count. I know I had set the goal for this year to get, I think, 25%. I think. I could be wrong, but if I did, I made it. Straighten that up after. Let's just get through these. If I knock you, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of throwing them on the floor by you. The next one is the freebie from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's the Mary Princess. Artwork by Hannah Disney. I think she still is a freebie at the moment. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that one. But it was the last time I looked. Anyway. Mary Princess. Not a lot. Really not a lot. This year I have done 2,925 stitches. Which goes that way. There we go. It's mostly all this black. Maybe a little bit of that blue. I'm not sure. I know I have got a picture from my WIP braid, but I didn't exactly look at them all when I took the screenshot. So, but it started the year at 1%. I'm now at 2.35. She's on 27 count. Yeah, 27 count. It doesn't say what it is. So. Then the next one. It's this one, the Quick Stitch Pale Rose, again from Heaven and Earth Designs, and it is Jasmine Beckett Griffiths artwork. I had to check, so I'm trying to read it back to front. I think that's here. Right, now, although it was carried over from last year, it's also a new start because I restarted it. I didn't like the fabric it was on. Even though I just kept going with it, I shouldn't have done. And I think it goes that way. I think, like I said, it's not a very good, you know, it's a restart. When did I restart that? 4th of July this year. So it is and it isn't a new start. This is on 22 count Ada in cream. My mouth just doesn't work properly sometimes. You should be used to that by now. If you're not, I'm sorry. And then on to the next one, which is the last of my projects that I carried over from last year. It's another Tilton Crafts. It is the Munsters, artwork by Daniel Kordek. Yep. A programme I used to watch as a kid, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Not that one. Yep. I haven't even started that one. I don't even know why it's in a project bag. This is another one. It was I carried it over, but I restarted it. Did I mark down when? No. I started it on my birthday in 2020, and I did not. I didn't like the fabric at first. This is the old one. This was 25 count, I think. It is. It's 25 count even weave. But I bought it off AliExpress and it was so hard and just, I couldn't stitch with it. every time you pull the thread through, you can really hear it grating against the thread. I washed it a few times, 2 or 3 times, and it did soften it up, and I did like it at first, but I don't. So it was a restart, and I never wrote the date down when I restarted it, so I'm smart. But this is where we've got to this time. This is 25 count magic guide, I think. Not a massive amount of progress. 1,081 stitches there. I'm only at 0.9%. Oh, and the Quick Stitch Pale Rose, I only did 656 stitches this year. But with all the new starts, I'm not really surprised. Right, drink time. So I don't drink it now, it'll go cold, and I can't stand cold coffee. My other half will drink it. He'll have a cold cup of tea. It's been there maybe 45 minutes and it'll be freezing cold. He'll drink it. I can't do that, it makes me feel sick. So I have to drink it now. And he'll say, go and warm it up in the microwave. Have you ever tried a cup of tea or coffee that you've reheated in the microwave? I can't do that either. Anyway, moving along. These ones are not in order of the date I started them, I don't think. The first few are. Why? The others aren't. So we'll just jump straight in, shall we? The new starts. I've got 17 of those, so I better get a move on. The first one is My World of Disney from Zana Cross Stitch on Etsy. So beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This one I started, let's move that, on the 18th of January this year. No, don't fall over. So I've got all my new ones down by my feet or on the table because there's so many of them. Right, so 18th of January, so nearly a year. I've only got to 2.34%. I've lost it. There she is. But stitches this year, 16,824. So that went towards my total because this is on Pattern Keeper. I can't show you all of it. Well, that's the first bit. The only thing I've done on my side of the fabric back here is this green border. Literally, so I'd know where the end was. And I'm pretty certain it ends there. I could be wrong. But anyway, I love the smell of this fabric. I don't know why. Must be the lady's house it came from. But yeah, 16,000, man, in a year. I think I shocked myself. But I was having a whale of a time when I first started it. That doesn't have a needle in it. Uh-oh. Does that mean I've lost one or I've pinched it? I need some more needles too. It's just ridiculous. Stay there. Right. The next one I started was Mini Virus Detected. This was because of Stitching Brit Angela. She was stitching it and it was so cute. And how, you know, appropriate for the virus. Excuse me. Artworks by Randall Spangler. Again, it's a Heaven and Earth design. Now this one I started, the 11th of February this year. And my effort on this is appalling. I won't deny it. I've only done 3,799 stitches, which is 4.44%. That is it. But I think I got put off. I did a few stitches wrong, not too many, less than 10. And it put me off for a little while. So I need to just get it back out and get on with it. This is on 25 count even weave in cream. Whoops. Obviously I'm not putting up where I was when I started because they're new starts. But, so everything you see is everything I've done this year. And the next one. I need a new basket because they're not all fitting in there now. Another one from Zana's Cross Stitch. Or Zana. It's either Zana's or Zana Cross Stitch. It is Disney Villains. So gorgeous. I never intended to get this one. I was looking for the one Alma had got. Alma's Little Wonders on Floss Tube. She's got like panels and I think it's 4 Disney villains, ladies. But that one came up and that was it. I was sold on it. Just trying to stop them all falling over. Okay, so this one, well, hey, is stitched on 25 count. Just, it does say it's white, but it's got like a creamy colour to it. I don't know. So 11th of February till now, I did 10,960 stitches, which is 4.15%. So not a massive amount, considering, you know, I started it in February. But this was the magic guide as well. Yeah, it's got the pink squares on it, which is 20 by 20s instead of 10 by 10s. I haven't actually set myself plans for any of these yet, except my Once Upon a Fairy Tale. I completely forgot to say. I have already set up 2 plans for that for next year, which is the 22,000 in 2022 for full coverage fanatics, and the Stitch Around Germany, also for full coverage fanatics, which I think I worked it out yesterday, was something like at the end of the year, 36,000 stitches. I've left my piece of paper. It was something like that anyway. I'm just going to drop it. I'll pick it up after. Otherwise, this video is going to be like an hour long before I know it. The next one I started was Roses and Lace by Shannon Christine Designs. So beautiful. I found it on Facebook. It popped up on my feed because I think I follow her on Facebook, and it popped up and it was just like, I have to have it, because she not only did the charting for these in pink, she also did them in red and yellow, and the yellow rose being my mum's favourite. So I was stitching this for her, and I was planning on taking out that middle rose. I decided not to make it bigger, so I might just put Mum in the middle of there. If I'm not too sorry. So this is on 40 count linen and pearl grey, and that's where I am up to. Did the first yellow rose. This was started 3rd of July this year, and I've done 1,966 stitches, which is only 6-point-something%. Not a great deal, but this was a fabric ever so lovingly sent to me by Lee Stitch here on Floss Tube as well. Liesl and her daughter Gwen. She's her, what is it she calls her? Her apprentice? Or her... I've left that out again. I'll be picking a lot up later. Oh, I can't think of it now, but anyway. The next thing I worked on this... Well, the next new start I have this year was the Pixels That Made Us by Pick Stitch. It was a sale, but I came in like right at the end when they were just doing the last 2 parts of the R. And if you remember, I was stitching it twice, one for Riley, one for Tyler, because Tyler spotted it first, and then for Tyler to like a cross stitch, it takes a lot, so I jumped on it as soon as he said, oh, that's nice, I'd like that. And then because Riley saw it as well, Riley goes, oh, I want that as well. Anyway, these are stitched on 18 count Aida, just plain white Aida, and they are both at exactly the same point, because I don't put them away until they're both level with each other. So if I choose to work on these in the day, I'll get them both out. I'll do a certain amount on one, and then I'll go over to the other one and do the exact same on that one. So this, whoopsie, this is where, helps if I put them the right way, doesn't it? This is where we're at now. I still haven't finished the G's. But obviously, oh yeah, I did manage to get it into Pattern Keeper, didn't I? So I've done 3,554 stitches on each. That's per one. So that's actually not too bad. That's over 7,000 stitches. Yes, I was just checking. But that's 10.6% of the pattern. Not not fantastic, but I thought I'd ordered all the colours for the G and I was missing one and it put me off, so I haven't worked on it since. But I'm going to go and see if I can pinch it from one of my other many projects. Oh dear. I got a lot of tidying up to do when this is done, I tell you. The next new start this year was Mini All Cats Go to Heaven, artwork by Jim Warren. Heaven and Earth Designs again. This is also Kelly's. She first bought this last year as a diamond. Well, not as a diamond painted. She intended to diamond paint it, but for whatever reason, because we both sat there and went through all the diamonds she'd need, and she ordered them all. One of them didn't get ordered. Not all of them anyway. I think she ordered a couple of pots, but then was missing however many more she needed. And when she reordered them, they were a different colour, different shade. So that was it for her. She said, I'm not doing it. Can you stitch it for me instead? Of course. Who am I to say no to extra projects? This one is in my donuts, my pink donuts bag that I made with the vinyl front. I've managed to... Oh, I did that on purpose, didn't I? Yeah, because I was parking. I was trying. I was attempting parking. Let's see how far that goes when I'm about 10 or 15 colours in. Anyway, this is where we are at. See, I've got them all hanging on a bobbin right there. And I've done 1,367 stitches. Now, this is going to get a bit more focus this year because her Amazing Animal Kingdom is finished. So I'm going to focus on this one now and try and get this one done. I'm not going to promise it will be done for the end of next year, but I will try. I think I burnt myself out on the Animal Kingdom one. It's the only project I've touched this week. The only project. And get in. Yeah, I can't remember how many stitches I did. 5,000 this week. I'm going to double check that just because. 5,591 on Kelly's this week alone. That was awesome. So yeah, anyway, the next new start, which you all know about, is my Temperature Butterflies by the Stitchin Mommy. And I know all the temperatures aren't going in until the 1st of January and for next year onwards, but I wanted all of the outlines done because I really could not be done with having to do all the outline just to fill in the colour and then do all the outline of the next one just to fill in the colour. So I did the outlines. Sorry, I'm reaching on the floor from. I did the outlines on both because I'm stitching it twice. I'm a sucker for punishment, me. And I had this bright idea that I was going to do one temperature chart for next year and one for the year I was born, so there would be some sort of comparison. So this is where we are. I have all 12 butterflies done, even their antennas, and they look fabulous. Just fabulous. This one, I kept getting this wrong before, is a 36 count linen in platinum, 2/2. And then this one is 40 count silvery moon. And I've got all that spare. So I'm going to chop that off. I wish I'd left a little bit less up here now. But never mind. All the butterflies are done. I'm ready to start tomorrow because I have all the colours. Can't wait. So I'm going to try and fill them in daily so that I stay on top of it, because stitching one day is not going to take too much. You know, one day fills in one of these little blocks, and then day 2, day 3, but they jump between here and here, 1, 2, and then it'll do 3 and 4. So it should be easy to keep up every day. It's not a lot to stitch. I do that first thing in the morning. Just got to remember, if I don't keep up with it, to keep on top of getting the temperatures. Okay. My next new start, my absolute favourite, is Alexandrite by Carolyn Manning Designs. Love the colours in this one, the blues and the purples. I love purple, and Ellie loves blue, so down here. So, hold. I'm throwing threads everywhere. Right, this one is on 18 count white Ada, just plain white Ada, and look how lovely she looks. I want to try and get this into Pattern Keeper, even if I have to do it manually. I've never done that before, but I'll give it a go. Is that the right way? Yeah. Gorgeous colours. And when I get it out, I'm on such a roll with it. I'm surprised I haven't done more. I haven't been telling you how, when I started these, Alexandrite, 2nd of October. The butterflies, the Stitchin Mommy butterflies, I started only on the 1st of October. So to have them finished, they've been done for 2 weeks now. Not bad. Anyway, the next one is Long Dog Sampler's Castles in the Air. I wanted this one for such a long time. Such a long time. Now, I started this one on the 17th of November. Threads again. And I actually have done 1,723 stitches. I'm sure that's wrong. It doesn't look, it looks more. Or is that just me? Anyway, I'm sure it's correct because I only took the details down today, this morning, and it's 7.22%. This is stitched on, it's an Under the Sea fabric. It's also sent to me by Lee Stitch, so thank you, Liesl, it's amazing. I love the sparkle. It is an opal linen, 28 count, in the colour Iced Grapes, and it looks gorgeous. You can see the sparkle. And the thread I chose is Galactic Quest from KLT Charting, and it's fabulous. I don't think the light's doing it any justice there at all, but we are like getting towards sunset. It goes dark really early lately. I think 3:30, 4ish we've managed to just about hold on to the light. My next new start, when did I start this? Did I even write it on? Yeah, I did. The 7th of May. See, I told you it went out of order. And it is Mirabilia's Athena, Goddess of Wisdom. I think it's a Nora Corbett. I could be wrong. But she's lovely. Absolutely lovely. And I need to get her out more because she just does not get enough at all. Everything's there to complete her, so I just need to give myself a swift kick up the behind and get on with it. This is stitched on 32 count Belfast linen in the colour Raw. This is the one I kept mixing up with my Temperature Butterflies fabric. Oops. Have I even got that the right way? Yeah. Okay, you can barely see that there. That's like the top corner. Yeah. Had to check. I should have ironed these really, but she needs some more loving. She hasn't had enough, nowhere near enough. It's a shame because she's gorgeous. Anyway, my next bunch of new starts are all bar one. They're all the stamped cross stitch kits I got sent. I wasn't going to throw them in with my normal whips, but I'm enjoying them, so I'm going to throw them in anyway. But I haven't, except for one, wrote down the start date that I started these. Anyway, the first one is from Joy Sunday, and it is the Yellow Rose. My mum, obviously, Her favourite colour rose, her favourite flower. Like I said, these are all stamped kits. Get back in there. And this is where I've got to. Done all this grey. And I think, yeah, you can see it now. I've done all this fawny colour. And then I've started the yellow rose as well. But this is on 14 count, I believe, and I find it really hard on 14 to do the down and back out again through the front, so I don't have to keep going behind. I struggle to do that on 14. I wish I could. I think that's what's taking me so long with that one. Let's make a separate pile. What's left in there? Oh yeah, none of them are started. Yeah, that's okay then. Left it out again. The next one is, no, it's this one, not that one. I'm trying. It is this one, which is Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Ellie started this one, but changed her mind because she didn't want the printing on the Ada. So I washed it for her, and then she didn't like it. So I took it on. This is 14 count Ada as well, and I think that's Stitch's nose, isn't it? No, it's his eye. Right in the middle. We've got a bunch of white done up here as well. She just didn't like it once it was all washed off, even though I gridded it for her, so that has become my project, as I'm sure all of her others are going to be, because I asked her the other day, we had the conversation, are you going to do them? No pressure. I haven't said to her, you know, you should. You need to get on with them or whatever. If she doesn't want to do them, that's fine. I've left it with her. If not, I'll take them on. They'll just go in with my WIPs. I don't mind. I like cross stitch, you know. The next one, the Moon Butterfly Kit. That, where did I get to? The Stitch Kit. Where did that come from? One Day Saving. This one is always on my mind, forever in my heart. I don't think I need to say anything about that as to why I chose that one. This one is from DIYchoose.com. I haven't done a fabulous amount. It's just this one. This is 11 count, I think. No, I don't think it is actually. It could be 14. Doesn't say on it, does it? Nope. Some do, some don't. But anyway, the words down there are really crystal clear. I can't wait to get down to them. Yeah, I've just literally done all this grey. Not a fabulous amount. The next one. I love this one. It came in its own little Gritzer bag. There is a picture on there. Right. This one is my Elf Cushion Kit, which is him, right? Isn't he cute? How could I not choose him? He was awesome. Even though it's printed, you get the chart, which is a bit small, but I have been having so much fun with this one. I've literally been filling in all that blue. This is one of my favourite, the needles hanging out, evening projects from watching the telly. I really like getting this one out. I never ever thought I would be a stamp cross stitch kit person, stamped, because I did one when I very first started cross stitching, and although I enjoyed it, I then found counted cross stitch afterwards, and I'd never do one again. But after having these, and like several people said to me in the comments, like, you know, they're ideal for watching the telly in the evening. You haven't got to look between the pattern and what you're stitching because it's all printed on there. And I'll give it to them, they were correct, because I love these pieces. And I think that was the other reason I decided to put them in with all my WIPs. The elf is from One Day Saving. This one is from DIYchoose.com. It's also a cushion. The two gnomes. Slip that back in there. Hang on. No, that way. Another one I've been having fun with while watching the telly. There's a lot of this colour, so all that yellow is this cream colour. All that yellow is that green colour. So I just grab a couple of lengths and off I go with it. I wish they'd have serged the edges though, that's the only thing. But it looks good. Another one I'm having fun with. It's got all my crease marks from having it rolled up in my hand. Then we have Logan's stocking, which is my grandson, my first grandchild. My coffee's probably nearly freezing now. Oh, that's not very nice. Anyway, it is this one. I say it's a new start for me. It was someone on Facebook in Adopt a WIP. She didn't like it anymore and just wanted to give it to someone who would finish it and carry on and keep it. So I decided, I know I can do that for Logan. I never got it finished by last Christmas, but my goal is to have it finished by Christmas 2022. Yeah, so she started it and I've just picked it up and carried on. So this is where we are at now. She did at least half of this and maybe some odd squares up here that I kind of filled in. She did this blue here and then the rest of it is what I've done. I was missing this blue colour, but I found it in one of my other projects, so I've half-inched it, as we say. Oh yeah. So I will have that finished by Christmas next year. And if you don't see it very much, you guys need to message me and give me a swift kick. Remind me what I said. This won't go back in now. There's a thread in the way. We got it. Right. I've got hiccups now. The next one. This one is from newcraftday.com. It is this one. Christmas stocking. The only thing, I love this kit. Absolutely love it. The only thing I'm not, mind you, I could put the name, I could just like chart the name and put it on the blue. There's 3 rows of red right at the top here, which for me wouldn't be enough to put the name on. So I don't know whether to take out some of the blue and put just a couple, 2 or 3, 4 maybe, more rows of the red and put the name on there and then just shrink the blue a little bit. I don't know. I'll work it out as I go. I haven't done much anyway. But this kit is fabulous. You even get the interfacing to iron onto the back to protect all the threads. You get the back fabric. You get the little thing to hang it with as well. And obviously all the threads. Anyway, this is 14 count. And I've done 1 and a bit rows of those 3 rows of red. So I'm thinking I might, it'll need more than 3 or 4 then, won't it? It'll need to come down by at least another 20. No. 3 rows, another 17 rows maybe. But it's all on there. I'm not sure. I might take out some blue. If I haven't got enough red, I'll just have to substitute. Then, my last one. You'll be pleased to know, 44 minutes just to show all my projects. The last one is this one, the Three Gnomes Kit. This is the one I switched with Ellie. She took this and I took her Stitch one because the printing is still on this one, but she's not bothered with it, so I kind of just took it back. And she's not bothered. She's okay with that. Anyway, I think she started this corner and then I jumped across and started here just because I didn't have to have all that hanging in my hand. Yeah, so we've got this corner here which has been started, and then this corner here. No, it's the other way around. She started that corner, I started this because I did around the stars as well. But all that yellow again is cream. That's a lot of cream. But this is 11 count, so this is easy to do in and out in one motion. And in front of the telly, I've left that out as well. I got a lot of bits of paper to put away when I'm finished, I tell you. Anyway, that is it. And I've got one heck of a mess on the floor that I've now got to tidy up, and bits of paper that I've got to now find the project bags for. Anyway, if you're still with me, congratulations, because that was a long one. Well done. You deserve a massive pat on the back for that. That was a lot to get through. Anyway, I'm not going to be stitching anymore today. Not on the ones that I use for Pattern Keeper anyway, so I'm probably going to pull out one of my pre-stamped kits. Probably the Christmas stocking as well, because I really like that one. Plans for next year. I've only got the 2 plans so far that I have set in stone, which is the 22,000 stitches in 2022, which will be on my Once Upon a Fairytale, because I really need to make that a focus piece, because I'm so not going to be done in like 10 years time if I don't pull my finger out. But now that I finished Kelly's, yeah, I might be able to get a bit more done, because I haven't set in stone with her when I'm going to have the All Cats Go to Heaven one finished. I am going to make it a priority along with my Once Upon a Fairytale, but we'll see. I'll do as much as I can when I can. And then also my Once Upon a Fairytale is going to be for the other full coverage fanatics, Stitch Around Germany. I don't remember how many stitches it was. I added them all up because Ellie asked me. I don't know, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So okay, that's everything, absolutely everything. I don't think I've forgotten anything. They're all here. So have an amazing new year tonight, guys. I think somebody's already celebrated it, haven't they? It's Australia or something, I forget. Anyway, stay safe, celebrate loads, because it's 2022 tonight and the start of a new cross stitch year. Let's see how many new starts I put in next year. Anyway, have a safe one, guys. Enjoy, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one next year. Bye, guys.